All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about the basic steps for creating a drawing and adding dimensions to that drawing. So I have here just a basic part with some different features that I can display in a drawing. Um, so first thing, I'm going to go to New, and as there's ANSI IDW here, double click on that. Could also have gone to the drawing here from your home page. Um, so this is my new drawing. A couple things to note. If you look at like how small these numbers look and the letters look on the side with the full view of the drawing in, that's based on the size of the paper currently being used. So right now we're using D size paper. It says right here in this corner. This part's relatively small, so I'm going to change that to B size paper. So if I right click on sheet 1 and go to edit sheet, and it shows you how big those paper D size paper is, 22 by 34. A size is your normal 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and then B size is 11 by 17. So I'm gonna hit OK, and notice that the numbers and letters are bigger now because the sheet is smaller, so more of it fits on the screen. Another thing I'm gonna talk about is this block down here. This is called a title block, and I can either remove this completely or I can make it a little smaller. So I'm gonna make it smaller. Right here where it says ANSI large, that is the title block. So if I right click, right, ANSI is the title block, large is the size. If I right click and delete, that gets rid of that title block. Under drawing resources, I have a drop down arrow. Title blocks are here. ANSI A is the smaller one, so I can right click, insert, and that puts the smaller title block in, which gives me more size, but still allows me to get some information about my part in this title block. All right, so now for the actual putting in the object in the drawing and dimensioning. So if I go here to base, this came up automatically because I had that part up, but if it didn't, I would have to navigate to the part that I am using. This is the one I wanted to use. You want to make this part as big as you can make it while still being able to put all of your views in and all your dimensions. So I think I can make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to try 2:1. And I'm going to move this to the left a little bit so that I can do my right view on my top view. Now, that view is here. Notice that it's also allowing me to stretch and add a view here and a view there. I'm going to add one of these but not the other one so I can show you how to add it when this is not, how to add it when you're not doing it from here. So I'm going to click there and I'm going to right click, OK. So I've got my front view, I've got my side view here, and let's say I want that top view there, but I didn't put it in initially. No problem. I just come here to, I use base to get this. I come here to project it because I'm projecting the view from the front view to the top. I go to project it. I click on my view, and then I come out to the top, get my spacing, left click, right click, create. All right, so I have my 3 views here, and there's a lot of things I could talk about, like these dotted lines. Those are hidden lines, but I'm not going to talk about those right now. Just going to show you how to put in some basic dimensions. So I'm going to change this from place views to annotate. And then I have dimension here, just like I would if I was creating the part. So I'm going to click dimension. And then, my front view, I have my width and my height. So I can get the width, my overall width. I could just click on this line, but I would strongly recommend you to get in the habit of clicking on side to side. So I can click on just this line by itself, and it shows me that dimension. I'm going to escape out of that. But I would recommend clicking on both sides of the line that you want to get the dimension of. And the reason for that is that if there's a fillet here and a fillet there, like there's a fillet up here, I'm not going to get that full line. So I would get in the habit of just clicking those 2 sides. So I have that width. I can get this width here. Avoid clicking on green dots when you're getting these lengths. All right, the green dots are points. We want to go from this line to this line, avoiding that green dot. And there's some rules as far as placement, but we're not going to worry about that right now. All right. And then I don't need to put this width in because this minus those two would give me that width. So now a couple other things. I can put an arc in here. Right. So I literally just clicked on the arc. That's all I clicked on. And when you're putting in an arc, it will automatically put it in as a radius. So I have that R radius of 0.25. When you're putting in when you click on a circle, it will automatically give you the diameter of the circle. That's why that circle with the line through it is in front. That means diameter. Well, this circle is a diameter of 0.5. So for the arc, it automatically gives you a radius. For the circle, it automatically gives you the diameter. So if I want to put some height dimensions in here, put that height, and put this height as well. And then the depth, for the depth, I would need to go to the top view up here from top to bottom of the top view, or from side to side of the side view would give me the depth. So I'm going to use the top view. And the depth is uniform, so I don't have to worry about anything else as far as that's concerned. I'm going to show you one more thing with this circle. Actually, I'm not sure if I put that in as a hole or a circle, but we'll find out. There's this hole and thread note here. Click on that, click on the circle, and that gives me a little more information. So this says that it's a 0.5 diameter hole and that it goes all the way through the part. If it had a depth where it stopped, it would show you, it would have like an arrow pointing down and then another number that says that said the depth. So that's pretty good for now. You can, when we start dimensioning parts, you can obviously play around with this. You can move dimensions around. You don't want to dimension to the hidden lines. I'll say that. I'll go ahead and say that up front. But this is a good start to dimensioning.